Merlin's prophecy, the wizard's foretelling this still veiled the rolling hills of Camelot when the sword Excalibur was drawn from the stone. The kingdom trembled, for every ancient prophecy had come true. Yet none knew that, deep within a forest, where time itself stood still, one man had foreseen this moment long before it came to pass. In a cavern carved from the bones of the earth, Merlin, the ancient wizard, whose eyes seemed to see through centuries, gazed into a mirror of liquid silver. Flames of blue fire danced upon his palm, shaping themselves into runes of an older tongue, one only sorcerers could read. He smiled faintly. The child has come, the fire of Albion shall soon be kindled. Outside, the wind howled like the cry of ancient spirits. Merlin stepped into the fog, his long cloak brushing the damp moss, whispering softly to the ground beneath. Above him, black ravens circled, omens of a destiny long foretold. They say Merlin was not entirely human. His blood carried both light and shadow, born of a demon-esque curse, but blessed by the gods to hold balance between worlds. And now, his fate was entwined with that of the boy who would be king. One moonlit night, the young Arthur, newly crowned ruler of Camelot, ventured into the forest of Brockley and to seek the wizard. The moonlight filtered through the leaves, tracing silver lines across his youthful yet resolute face. "You are Merlin, aren't you?" Arthur asked. "The one who knew I would draw the sword." Merlin nodded, eyes glimmering like twin stars frozen in the dark. "I knew not only that, young king, but the path you must walk. A path paved with glory, and with blood." Arthur said nothing. The night was filled with the scent of moss and the whisper of unseen winds. Merlin raised his hand, and in the mist before them, visions took shape, a radiant castle upon a hill, a round table where knights swore eternal oaths, and finally a battlefield shrouded in fog, where Excalibur burned crimson beneath a dying sun. "Every king has his own light," Merlin said softly, "but that light can only endure if he dares to embrace the darkness beside it." Arthur bowed his head. In that moment, he was no longer a boy, but a man bound to destiny. Before they parted, Merlin handed him a crystal, clear as a frozen tear. "When the path ahead grows dim," the wizard said, "hold this beneath the moon. Its light will remember what you have forgotten." Arthur closed his fingers around the stone, feeling its warmth pulse like a heartbeat. As he turned to leave, the fog thickened once more, swallowing the wizard's figure. From the mist came Merlin's voice, half prophecy, half ancient hymn of fate. "A king shall rise to forge Camelot. A sword shall divide light from shadow, and when the final drop of blood touches the earth, the world shall know whether Albion is saved, or forever consumed by fire." Lightning cracked across the heavens. Arthur lifted his gaze, and for the first time, felt the weight of a kingdom unborn, while behind him, Merlin faded into the mist, leaving only his immortal words behind. Sometimes, to see the future, one must walk into the mist of destiny.